Alrighty then, so today we're back with some more Warzone solos action, and today is March 10th. It's the 1-year anniversary of Warzone launching as part of Modern Warfare. I cannot believe that it's been 12 months. It's absolutely insane. I've loved almost every minute of playing Warzone over the last 12 months, and it's completely changed my my gaming habits. But we'll pick this first guy out of the sky with an M16. He was just hanging about. Felt a bit sorry for him, really. But, you know, it's always last man standing in Battle Royale. You've got to take these people out. But we'll start the game off with a quick scav, because that's the easiest way to get yourself closer to a loadout. I've been doing lots of, like, recon starts recently, trying to do a couple of the flags and get an idea of where the first few circles are going to be. And that's become more and more popular recently. And I've seen less and less people actually going for the scavs. So I thought I'd flip back to the old way of doing things and just get involved with a scav here. And I think at this point there's somebody hanging about. I think that's what happens here, if I remember the round correctly. I think there's a lad chilling around a burger. I call it burger. It's this fast food restaurant over here. And he causes a bit of a problem. He goes prone there, which is pretty smart, because I don't have the angle on him. But I can get the angle on him because I've got a set of stairs here. I quite like the RPD. I enjoy using it, but these ground loot blueprints, they're powerful, but the iron sights and the gun profile, it kind of blocks the screen a lot, which is why I missed a lot of those shots on the second set of bullets that I fired at him. I just lost the guy behind the gun profile. I couldn't see him properly. Luckily, he wasn't particularly interested in shooting back at me, so we got away with it a little bit there. And also, I'm just going to pop in here and get some ammo because I've already pretty full on ammo, and I know I'm going to be switching to an assault rifle and a sniper, and I've got both of those in my hands, so that's going to top up the ammo that I need. Now, at this point here, I think I hear some footsteps. There you go. As you can tell, not particularly happy with me. What other choice did I have there? I needed to stay quiet, take a position where I knew I'd be in the advantage. He smashes through the door. He could have crept through, he could have backed off, he could have done anything else, but no, he ran straight through and gave me an easy kill. So, time to get the loadout, and we're going to run with the KRIG and the LW3 today. I haven't used the KRIG for about a month and a half. I kind of wrote it off at the beginning, thinking it was actually going to be a really good gun for Warzone, but it's been nowhere near as popular as I thought it would be. But, yeah, we'll cut forward to where the action starts heating up for the rest of the round. So now at this point here, there's been some action around the police station, and some shooting going off everywhere. People using unsuppressed guns because they haven't got their loadouts yet. But this lad here gets a nice break with the LW3, and we're actually going to see a little bit more of this guy in the next few minutes, because I'm going to head over to train station because I've landed that shot, and I think, right, I should be able to do some more damage here. And this guy just becomes part of the game for like the next 4 or 5 minutes. As always with Warzone solos, you want to make sure that you get some height on these people. Now, you might have spotted him just there running between the two bits of roofs on the train track, and you pick him back up here. Now, he's a smart cookie, this one, because he actually spotted me standing up on the top. I thought he would just run straight for the buy station. But he also has a sniper. I don't know which one at this point. I think it's a ground loot one, because he keeps popping up on the minimap when he fires it. Either that or it's an unsuppressed one. But always having the height on players is really important. But I could not understand what had just happened. Why he called in his loadout like that. I think he panicked a little bit because I had the high ground on him and I'd landed a few shots, so we don't know if he had plates. I think he might have panicked and chucked his loadout up there and then sort of ran off because I can't pick him out here. And I've got stuns on this class. I don't have the heartbeat sensor, so I can't pick him up within a range of 50 meters. So I've kind of just got to manually search for him. Now, at this point here, I'm literally picking up on the tiniest of tiny sounds that I can hear in my headset. And I'm thankful that I did. Because the cheeky lad had managed to get himself the high ground. And unfortunately got very unlucky because, of course, I popped dead silence. He had no idea I was coming up that ladder. I will say, there, the KRIG did actually let me take quite a bit of damage in close quarters before I took him down. I think I lost all 3 plates and a little bit of my health. So the guy did pretty well. But yeah, dead silence once again proving why it probably shouldn't be in the game because there's absolutely no counter to it and you're ruined. But yeah, 1 year of Warzone, man. We've had some serious ups and some serious downs. There's been lots of bugs and lots of cheater problems, but there's also been some pretty amazing content along the way. I think pretty much every season of Warzone so far has had something to be excited about. Like, Season 3 was the start of Warzone, which it was Season 3 of Modern Warfare, but also the season that Warzone released. And that was great because Warzone dropped. Season 4 was good because I think that introduced a couple of new guns that we really liked. Season 5 was the stadium opening up. And then Season 6 was the final one before Black Ops Cold War. And we had the Cold War event as part of that. I'm just grabbing Ghost here, by the way, so that I can stay off the minimap if anybody's popping UAVs and stuff. And then we've had Season 1 of Cold War, which was like Rebirth Island and all of the Cold War guns coming across, even though they didn't really work very well, but we did have a bunch of new weapons to use. And then Season 2 is the start of this transition to a new map, I think, with the zombies infecting Verdansk and stuff like that. Guy popping in here. You remember me saying he was part of the gameplay for the next 5 minutes? It was the same guy. Unfortunate for him, he was coming to drop in on this loadout, even though he dropped his other loadout over the other side, and he probably would have been better off going for that. But I guess he had absolutely no idea where I was because he didn't have any perks or a heartbeat sensor at that point. He literally just dropped out of the sky, so do feel a bit sorry for him there. Skipping a little bit ahead here because not much happened in that part of the mid-game, sort of end of Circle 2, start of Circle 3. It was just me moving from train station towards hospital, and we're going to move all the way over to downtown now, which is where the game finishes up. But yeah, I'm super excited for the future of Warzone. If the last 12 months are anything to go by, then Activision have got some massive plans, and I know the Cold War integration was a little bit botched, and things didn't quite go to plan. Obviously, we had the global pandemic as well, which has slowed down development, so content hasn't quite come out at the same sort of time that we'd expect. But pretty much every day now, I'm waking up, I'm logging onto Warzone, I'm getting matches in on my own, and then matches with my friends, and it's a good laugh. And it's almost been like the perfect lockdown companion, really, because like this came out right at the beginning when COVID was really starting to hit in a big way in lots of countries, and they were starting to lock down. But Warzone's kind of been a savior in that regard, really. But yeah, if year 2 is anything like year 1, I think we're in for a real treat. Now, as always with solos, you are doing a lot of waiting around if you choose to go for the positioning, which I have. And this lad over here, I think, is trying to get his ghost loadout. I would assume at this point in the game he had his first loadout, and then he wanted to get his ghost. Either that, or he had like a weapon on another loadout that he wanted towards endgame, because we're coming to the end of Circle 3 here, and we're going to move into Circle 4. So that's kind of the point where you're like, right, if I'm running like a sniper and I'm not comfortable with it in a smaller circle, then I'll switch and I'll go for something else. But I've got to keep an eye on him because like I'm on the edge of the circle here. I need to know where this guy might be. And Fire Station has plenty of positions that he could hide in. He's chosen to move into the main chamber. Now that tracer right there, that one that came over my head as I landed the first shot, that was a stopping power round because it had a red tracer on it. Lots of people don't know that when you put stopping power in your gun, if the bullets that hit you, if you can see the tracers and they're red, then it's stopping power. That was a nice snipe, got to admit. That felt pretty good to get on him. He didn't actually land a shot on me at all in that gunfight. And I think I was just sort of head glitching him from the higher position. He couldn't quite get the shot on me without being super accurate and landing the headshot. But if he had got me, at this point, I don't have a self-res. So I would have been going to the gulag at this point. Because that one shot would have killed me and taken me out of the game. So now we've got to think about positioning. And just as we go to make the jump, somebody from hospital gives us the glint of sniper doom. So we've got to try and deal with this guy, but I needed to get positioning on the edge of the zone.
Mark the target.
Again, another lovely snipe. Now, one problem that I have here, and this is something that I might need to address with my loadout for the LW3. You know, he got away there. Even though I landed 2 shots with the sniper, my position wasn't brilliant because I couldn't land body shots because there was like metal cover in the way. So I could only land the leg shots. And I could have done better by repositioning. But you'll notice that when I was trying to get my aim back on sight, there was a lot of that movement and that sway on the scope. And that's something that you get with the default scope on the LW3. It's something I'm normally okay to deal with, but trying to finish a guy off by shooting him in the legs, you need like 3 shots to take them out, because it's an extremity shot. So, yeah, I let that person get away, unfortunately. Even though I landed a really clean snipe to down them, I couldn't finish them off. Now, the advantage of being in this position around the buy station is I can drop down and buy stuff if I need to. Not that I've got much money, but you can use the roofs here if you're careful enough. Always worth a cheeky snipe on those guys, but wasn't about to land that one. You can jump across here. You need to just do like the tactical sprint to get you to move fast enough and jump at precisely the right moment. And then you can use this roof and you can stay sort of on the edge of the circle here. It's a really powerful position, this one, even though you've got like 3-4 towers around you that people could be on top of. Not many people expect you to be on this roof specifically. So you can do okay here. Now, there are some shots going off over at Hospital, which is why I'm staying here. I don't want to move into the circle and miss my opportunity to take some players out here, because if I can take them out as they're moving across, chances are we'll be in a better position at the end of the game. That was the player that I didn't finish off with the last snipe that I did at the hospital doorway. And then this snipe here, I'm really proud of this one. Lovely. 1 shot, 1 kill. 2 in a row. 2 in a row. I love the LW3. I do feel like it's been nerfed a little bit since the agency suppressors got buffed. I don't know if they touched some of the barrels and reduced some of the bullet velocity. It doesn't quite feel as powerful as it used to. And it now does have slightly longer ADS time by default. So it's certainly not the powerhouse that it was in Season 1. But it's still a very good sniper. And I enjoy using it quite a lot. Now that guy moved off in his truck. And he was there about a minute and a half ago. And I thought he'd taken this roof, but clearly he decided not to. And, you know, the truck is a big power play in solos, and if you've got that, then maybe you don't need the positioning so much, because you've got a gigantic 1,000 health beast to drive around in. But I thought I'd go for the roof, and I was really scared at this point. I'm sure you've got the same feeling. Whenever you go up a zip line, if there's someone on the roof and they hear you, you're just going to die. But luckily for me, absolutely no one up here, which gives me, I think, almost the best position in the game right now, having the height on somebody. See what I mean about the zipline? You can hear that click off. If you're close enough to it, it's just a dead giveaway. And I don't think dead silence stops the noise of the zipline working, although I'm not 100% confident on that. It could well be that it does block it. I'm not sure. I've never tested it. But usually the zip line, if there's someone on the roof, people are watching them to make sure no one comes up. And so this was a dead giveaway. But that guy was being shot at as he came up the zip line. So, and me at the top to kill him, and there was somebody down the bottom that was killing him as well. Now, don't ask me how I picked this guy out. You're going to see in a minute. There's a slight bit of movement at the bottom of that building there. Now, I think he has a DMR, because that's the only kind of thing that could do that damage and land those shots that quickly without it being a burst gun at that kind of distance. It's one of those situations where having the height here is advantageous, but if you can't land the sniper shot instantly, like that there, if he'd have stayed still for literally half a second longer, he would have been dead. And then we get some more pickup of players below us here. But again, I'm still in a very powerful position. I've got the height. There's no chance anybody's going to creep up on me and kill me. Because I'm up here paying attention to all the different angles that I could go. All I've got to be aware of is people like that know I'm up here because he's already spotted me. And if he was to pick me off on the edge there, I would have died. Well, actually, I've got the self-res, so I wouldn't have died. But there we go. As you can see, still 5 people left. A couple of players down here, 1 in the top tent and 1 in the toilet block there. My main play here is just to try and keep height as much as I possibly can. Luckily, there's a really nice route here that you can take to keep yourself hidden, quote unquote, because I'm on the roof in plain sight, but no one up is up as high as me, so I can sort of keep my distance from them. And I can let other people fight below me without having to get directly involved on the ground. We're down to 4 players now, so 3 enemies. This is the guy here, that guy that I just broke, that was shooting at me at the base of the other tower. Some coughing from one of them. Always a cheeky dead silence. Love it. He's popped inside the building. You can hear the footsteps going through. Pops out the other side. That's where I wish the KRIG had a bit more power, but it doesn't. But we get the kill regardless. And now it's the 1v1. As you can see, not in the greatest position here. And the KRIG loses too. First guess for what the gun is? It's the FFAR. Of course, in a 1v1 situation right now, if you've got a FFAR and the other player hasn't, well, you're just going to win every gunfight. Look at how little health he did have, though. He only had, like, 10 HP left. That's solos, boys. And that's the KRIG. The KRIG's not too bad in Warzone. It's not going to be something that I use all the time. Really, it isn't. But I'll use it from time to time. It's a good laugh. But yeah, 1 year of Warzone. Here's to the next year. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.